All right, everyone. Welcome back to the conclusion of the chase card action from the 2020 Waco Annual Charity Open, the second Disc Golf Pro Tour event of the season. Shout out to Prodigy Disc for sponsoring this event. Shout out to Parsate Productions. We've got James, Cale, Philo, and Colton all playing relatively smooth front nines. Moving right into hole 10, it's a par 4, 591 feet. I love this hole, Paige.
Yeah, me too, Nate. It's probably my favorite hole in Texas, and I'm excited to see these players crush this beautiful manicured fairway, but the rough is so tight on the edges, so it really makes you weigh how much distance do I want to try to go for? Do I want to try to get an eagle, or do I want to just keep it in the fairway?
So also we must note that at this point in the round, through 9 holes, Paul Macbeth is at 15 under par.
Total for the tournament.
So these players would have to shoot nearly perfect to put any kind of pressure on Paul.
And Cale laces that fairway about halfway up it in the center. And yeah, like you said, these players are on the chase card for a reason. They're chasing this lead, and actually they're in a pretty good position because they can put the pressure on that lead card if the lead card. Gosh. Wow, Colton just got all the way up there. He's just.
I think that was a lone howl. I think that was his signature swirly
disc.
PD.
Yeah, beautifully thrown. Probably why it has his name on it. He's got that thing under control. James with his wraith there. Also finding the center of the fairway, but not quite as far up there as Colton. And yeah, Philo's sitting at 12. We got Colton and at 11, and James at 10, and Cale's also at 11, correct? So it might be opposite. James is at 11, Cale's at 10. But all of these players are just a few shots behind Paul. And if they start carding some birdies, they're going to put a little bit of pressure on that lead card.
This is Philo with the rock just a little low. Oh, and Cale's in prime time over here. He's going to be throwing this PA3.
Soft hyzer into this green. Oh, yeah, and it's sat. But that's the danger on this green, is that if you hit past that grass where that dirt is, you're going to get a lot of ground action and go down that little ditch on the backside.
James with a fadeaway putter approach.
That was beautiful. Good speed control.
Look how far Colton is up here.
He almost got to circle.
This is one of the furthest drives I've ever seen on the hole. Oh, and he just sails that link.
Almost looked like he was trying to give it a little bid. But yeah, he finds that backside that we're talking about down the ditch. Not quite far enough into there where he has an obstructed putt, but still a tester. Philo also skids down that hill. Colton will be up first. Actually is a little obstructed. Yeah, he's having to go to a straddle stance.
Just inside circle 1. Not taking a lot of time at all.
Oh my gosh.
You can tell that he's feeling confident right there.
If you guys watched the front 9, you saw Colton banging some sweet putts right in the center of the basket, and already first hole of the back 9, he's keeping that going.
Let's go.
Gotta go, gotta throw. Thanks for sponsoring this coverage. Discmania, Casaplast, Gateway, all you guys that are pitching in to make this round viewable, because actually here on day 2, we did not have spectators because the PDJ and Disc Golf Pro Tour made an announcement that we could not have spectators.
Yeah,
so this is
totally
the
forgot
only
to
way.
mention that, how significant that is.
Yeah, this is the only way that these rounds are going to be viewed. So super, super big thank you to everyone behind this, making this happen.
That was such a smash with that PD.
So awesome. And now we have 3 players on this chase card at 12 under, chasing down this huge tournament. Last tournament for a few months.
right. We're moving into hole 11. It's a par 3 coming in at only 279 feet. Pretty narrow fairway. You've got 2 main gaps either left of the center tree or to the right. Basket is up on a little mound. Anything left is in
Bogey
really
land.
dense rough.
Could be a bogey. I've seen some places on this hole where you have to pitch backwards. But Cale is not going to even look anywhere but the basket. That was so
beautiful. You can't throw a disc
beautiful.
any straighter than that.
It did not ever go left or right. Colton,
This is
beautiful
a tiger.
hyzer flip. Oh
What?
my God.
What? Wait a second.
Cale just said.
That was like hyzering. It was on a hyzer angle as it was drifting back to the right.
That was incredible.
That is such a unique shape that Colton just pulled off with that Tiger Warrior.
Amazing. And James also in the circle. 3 great shots so far.
I want to replay those.
Rewind it, Nate.
Yeah, please.
Run it back.
This is how you throw the hole.
Wow, these guys came to play today.
And Philo bleeds a little long and to the left. He's going to be obstructed looking back up that hill. Oh, wow. You can see just how obstructed he really is.
Very nose up on not an elevated basket, but the basket sits way above him. Yeah, and he just can't get it high enough to find chains with that branch there. James also had a wide straddle. I guess those 2 trees are blocking him. He's going to have to go in between them.
Yeah, this is a pretty common putt from James over the week on this hole. His putters tend to land at that hillside and drift a little left. He should be very comfortable with this.
Lots of reps in. James has been in Waco for over a week before the tournament, getting in maybe 5 practice rounds. No surprise to find him on the lead card here, or chase card here.
And look at that confidence right there. Taking almost no time at all, lining it up and just putting that putter on the pole.
You can see Colton's comfortable. He's chewing gum on his way up to the basket.
Yeah.
He feels good. You can see it. Wow. Slow motion look at Cale's straightest shot we ever saw.
So James and Colton are moving to 13 under for the round. This is our final hole in the woods, hole 12. It's a par 4 this year, 609 feet, dog leg from left to right, all the way down this tunnel, and then it dog legs from left to right again, and the basket kind of fades just backwards and to the left.
Uphill too on that last.
A lot of angles on this hole for sure. A very difficult hole, the second most difficult hole on the beast.
Cale with a beautiful anhyzer. No surprise there.
Backhand anhyzer.
It's so hard to get in a good position for your second shot, even with the great drive. But Cale finds the dead center of the fairway. And Colton
gets a good rollout right there. That FD3 was a little too high, a little too tight, but you could see that ground play kind of put him back in position.
Yep. James going with the backhand rock turnover here.
Oh, yes.
Wow. And it hit the ground on a perfect angle and skidded forward.
Oh, my gosh. That's way up the fairway.
Yeah, it is.
That's almost at that little mound.
Philo, another sidearm tee shot. I love this versatility he's showing out here at the Beast. Oh my gosh.
That's laced.
No wonder he's going the sidearm here. Great shot. But this is the difference between a sidearm and a backhand. When the sidearm hits the ground, it's like it's not going forward anymore.
Yeah,
the backhand keeps penetrating forward. So Philo's shortest.
That was a beautiful shot.
Yeah,
to get into circle 1 from where he's at is so technical.
Amazing. And Colton still chewing gum.
Just chilling. This is a soft link.
He
That's
is
a little
feeling
high,
it.
but it's on a good angle.
Out there just by Circle Two's edge. And that just goes to show you how great Philo's shot was. Colton was way farther up than him and didn't get one as close. Wow. I'm going to call Cale the Annie man.
That is
So
a thing
beautiful.
of beauty right here. This is seriously some of the most beautiful consecutive shots. This is some great footage right now.
James lining up Greeny, his JK AVR that he has been throwing for quite a few years now. Hyzer flip. Oh no, that was such a mean tree. That looked great out of his hand. It just flipped a little too early. And we'll kick him into this left side that leaves you little to nothing. He's dropped down to a knee. Looking like a putt. Like a spin putt, but from a knee. Great gap.
So Colton is up on the dance floor just outside circle 2. Ooh. He doesn't jump anything.
No,
He's got
doesn't.
so much spin on his putts. He doesn't even need to ever leave the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, we're jump putting from outside circle 2.
Yeah, I definitely am.
This is Philo for a very rare 3 on hole 12. Oh, no. Just pulled that one. It's a pretty rare miss.
Yeah, Philo's putt is very solid. But a little right there. Cale right into the center. 2 amazing shots. He definitely deserved that birdie.
That was only one of 9 threes on the day on this hole.
Wow, this is... Whoa. Distractions. Branches in your face. Super wide stance. That was a tester. And Colton nails it. Doesn't even look at the person that yelled until after he makes it. James with a good par save from that obstructed upshot in there. And we're headed back to the Open. Right about this time, players probably forgot how windy it was. Now we're headed back into the Open, and the gusty wind is going to be their main challenge.
Oh, what a shot of those
That's
Nikes
cool.
right there.
So we have 3 players at 13 under. Philo stays at 12.
Yeah, those pars right there hurt for Colton and James. I mean, Paul's got the entire back 9, and he's already got a few strokes over Colton and James. And moving into hole 13, it's a par 4, 555 feet. It's possible to 2 it. We've seen James get down there for a circle 2 look.
You got to get perfect angle on that, and with that downhill, it's easy to get it too high and get the kind of fade to the left short.
You can see Cale going for that middle gap. There is a Mando tree on the right that does come into play, and Colton's actually lining up a PD here.
Oh, look at that angle. He's getting the full S flight out of this. Oh, and a beautiful
Oh my
skip.
gosh.
He's barely
He's
outside the circle.
15 feet outside circle 1, Paige.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That was-
might be the furthest drive I've seen on the hole.
That was a textbook shot right there.
It's a
Just-
10 speed. The PD.
Whoa. That's some power.
James is going wraith here.
And Colton's a little guy. Everyone talks about Emerson's weight to distance ratio. I think Colton's right up there with him. Oh, good
And
angle
that
as
one
well.
was smashed as well, just a little bit low, and that could have gone as far as Colton's.
right. We got some emotion from Philo. He obviously was being sarcastic there, but his disc did go in OB. Unfortunate tree kick. 25 feet. It bounced over to the road. He's got to get up and down here for a par.
Yeah, this is a tricky approach right here. That sidewalk right is coming into play.
I love that shot, though. Nice, stable disc.
Just outside circle 1.
Mm-hmm. Cale's changing his mind. Jumping up to a mid. He did have, I think that was a PA3 in his hand. Now he's going with a M4 on an Annie.
Wow. What a technical shot.
Scooping. Wow.
He's been so impressive this round, Paige.
I don't even have any more adjectives to describe his shots. Just so beautiful. James is going super slow speed with his AVR. And Colton has this for eagle.
So close. That was
Come on.
Insane drive. This would be huge. Oh my gosh.
What?
He just drops it in there for an eagle.
And that is a way to make up for that par in the last hole. He's carding 2 understrokes with this solid putt.
Oh my gosh.
That's exciting. He's running it in. Getting a little hype from his card mate, Cale.
I love to see that.
Yeah,
I just
me too.
love to see that. This game is special.
Philo now to save par from just outside the circle. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, Philo.
What a par save.
As soon as it was out
Another
of his
replay.
hand, he started walking it in. He knew.
These replays are crisp.
Philo made a decision to hit that putt, I feel like. There was no thought. He was like, I'm putting this in. Cale here for birdie.
So Cale hasn't missed a birdie on the back yet. James also carding a birdie. And look at that wraith.
Colton will be at 15 under. James and Cale at 14, and Philo is at 12.
I've been competitive like my whole life. What got me into disc golf is I played Ultimate for a long time. I played all through college, and we ended up breaking a Frisbee. And so I went to like the local sporting goods store and saw disc golf in there. And I was like, yeah, I might as well try it. It looks cool. I just started playing and got pretty good and realized I wanted to do it competitively. My goals are mostly with my mental game. So just trying to stay consistent, develop good routines that I can stick to that will keep me calm and kind of smooth throughout the entire tournament. Developing just confidence and just knowing that like things happen, there's only so much you can control, and just trying to stay positive throughout the thing. A lot of players get angry when a putt doesn't stay in, and there's a lot of things that you just can't control, and sometimes luck comes into play. So just try to, come what may and, run with it. My name's Casey Lee, and I throw for Cast Class.
All right, guys. So at this point in the round, Paul Macbeth has carded 3 pars on the back 9, and he is at 16 down. So with that eagle, Colton moves to 15, James to 14, and we are moving into hole 14. It's a par 3, 303 feet. We've got the triple Mando. We've got OB left and right. That doesn't really come into play.
Unless you hit a tree and you get a bad kick. Colton's going for the biggest gap on the hole with that sidearm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's not even going to have to think twice.
That's that Color Glow FD3 again.
Cale also going for the biggest gap, but he's going with the Anheuser backhand.
So Cale is also at 14. Cale and James both just 2 back of Paul. They could definitely put some pressure on if they birdie out.
Oh, and James going the small gap, but the most direct route at the basket with a putter. I love watching James's shots and mostly his shot selection. He doesn't succumb to like choosing his shot based on anybody else. He chooses the one he wants, even though it might not be the majority's decision.
Sure, yeah.
Philo, same gap as James, but he's throwing a more overstable disc that's going to filter down that side slope.
So Cale just a few feet outside the circle. Oh, yeah.
That is one he is going to look back on. That moves him up to 15. And that's definitely a tester outside the circle when the tournament is on the line. Big putt. So happy. Cale's always in good spirits.
So Philo's going to be just outside the circle as well, putting a little more back into the wind. And the wind just kind of held that one up.
Off the top. Into a tester putt. This one's only 20 feet, but look how much higher his head is than the chains. Good par save there.
And this is James to also move to 15 under par.
Also putting down at the basket. Taking his time. Nice birdie there. Colton with a drop in. He'll card 3 understrokes in 2 holes. Moving him up to 16 under.
Yeah, he's technically perfect with a par on this back nine
On
so
the back
far.
nine. Wow.
He has moved to 16 under par through 14. Macbeth is now at 17 under par, and I'm curious to know if these players are checking UDIS to see the scores,
Yeah.
you know, they don't know that they're this close.
No, they
you
don't.
know,
And there's no crowd.
There's
So
no
typically
crowd.
the crowd is walking around with whoever's shooting the best. And so these players are really in the dark potentially unless they're checking UDisc. So on this one, hole 15, it is eagleable, but you have to mash it.
550 feet. Yeah, we saw Colton throw over a 500-foot shot on hole 13, and he's going with the PD again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's...
It's in the circle.
Oh my goodness.
And there's OB everywhere, left and right, the entire way down the fairway. And this is a severe tailwind, making the disc stable out and head
He's got
right towards
25
that.
feet for another eagle, Paige.
This would be
That
monumental
was
moment for
huge.
Colton.
That was the best shot I've seen all week. And that's a 10-speed driver.
Great disc selection. Cale not even messing with the eagle play. He's just trying to land one safe and get an easy birdie. James, giant run up with his Wraith. He's going for this, you can tell. And look at the spectators. We weren't allowing spectators. So these people are standing outside the fence just to get a glimpse of this exciting action.
Oh, and that is just crushed. That's
Oh my
James's
gosh.
Wraith. That is
Oh,
also
and a
getting way
little
up there.
bit of a clip there, taking some distance off, but he's still just outside the circle.
And that just shows you how impressive Colton's power is. I mean, James is known for his distance, and wow, I'm still shaking my head at that PD
Yeah.
shot.
And again, I just want to mention, I could hear Cale yelling, "Come on, baby, get there, about James's shot. And Cale is potentially playing for the win here. And he's sitting there hoping James gets closer to try to get an eagle. That's so nice. Philo finds himself about 150 short. He's going with the hyzer into the green with a mid, and he has parked this basket for an easy birdie. Cale looking to do the same. Probably will take the same line, but he's about 40 feet closer than Philo was. And he's going to find himself a little bit deep.
Yeah, putting back into the wind.
This is James's look for an eagle for about 55 feet.
This is huge. With Colton being inside the circle for eagle, this is a big time putt to keep pace.
Oh,
And just kind of slammed it a little bit. This is insane.
this could be
What a
big
monumental
moment.
drive. And look at the confidence again, just not even phased.
Dead center.
For eagle, for birdie, for par, it doesn't matter. That
Yeah.
is his second eagle of the back nine.
He's got to know, no matter what, if he's looking at scores, if he's not looking at scores, he's got to know he is on pace
He's
to do something
one
special.
better than the amount of holes that he's played so far on the back nine.
That's crazy when you
He's
say it
7
like that.
down through 6 on the back nine.
Oh,
And
great
that's
putt from Cale.
that's 6 in a row from Cale.
6 in a
6
row.
in a row, and he's still one back of Colton's pace.
Wow. These guys are playing some great golf. James here for birdie. You can see he's taking his time too. This is a severe headwind he's putting back into. Philo. Easy
So
work.
with Paul carding a birdie on hole 15 as well, Paul and Colton are tied through 15. Moving into hole 16, it's a par 4, 609 feet. What do we got right here, Paige? Pretty open.
Yeah, it's pretty open. You have that sidewalk on the right side that plays OB and the road on the left, but the road on the left doesn't really come into play. If someone's really trying to get one down there, that sidewalk could come into play.
You think these players are thinking two on this hole?
I think they have to at least consider it, especially into this severe tailwind. It does make this hole reachable.
Huge shot from Colton. He is feeling it right now. He is just working disc down the fairway.
That's the third shot we've seen him throw 550 plus. And Cale not trying to get too much distance. I think, again, he's just trying to get that easy birdie 3, stress-free. But when a player like Colton's on your card, carding 2 eagles already, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Whoa. Oh,
No way.
That came
No
out of
way.
James's hands
I can't
so
believe
fast.
that went over the sidewalk right there.
It's a tiny bit low and a little too far to the right and just skids OB.
That's huge.
Wow. Philo just finding a similar spot to Cale right in the center of the fairway. And they're left with about 200 feet to the basket, maybe 250. Just smooth, slow hyzer into the green. Philo opting for a standstill here. Also looking at the hyzer in.
That's that glow rock 3.
And both of them
Well thrown.
have about a 20-foot putt at that elevated basket.
And I'm sure that James was surprised to see it across the sidewalk. You can't really see, so I don't think he probably knew until he walked up. And that's going to be huge with Cale in circle 1. And, I mean, Colton's
Just outside circle 2 for an eagle.
You got to think that he's running this one. I mean, with already carding 2 eagles.
Oh, but he doesn't. He lays it
kind
up.
of halfway.
Maybe, the wind.
Mm-hmm. Strong tailwind for sure.
And the elevated basket.
Wow. And that is Cale's 7th birdie in a row.
Wow. Cale is on a roll here.
I'm tense. I'm just like tense right now. Like I'm checking U-disc. Oh, that was high.
What?
But
a
it
great
sticks.
Stick.
And that's James for a par. And we know that has to hurt with what's on the line here. Colton moves to 19 under par. And with Macbeth also carding a birdie on hole 16, they are tied through 16. Cale is just 2 back with the 2 most difficult holes left to play. So the start of this back 9, Paul had a healthy lead. Colton's now 8 down through 7. And if he gets one of these 2 birdies, he's going to put all kinds of pressure on Paul.
Yeah, he is. But
And
these holes are not.
These holes are incredibly difficult to birdie and sometimes to even par, especially with how much wind we have here. Hole 17, you guys have seen it before. It's a gnarly left to right dog leg. Colton's actually going with a forehand off the tee here.
You have to land in such a small area.
Oh, that is
to be in
nearly
position.
perfect. If he gets the green, and he does,
wow.
that is huge. He's going to be looking at the pin from there. Wow.
Yeah, if you are about 15 feet shorter than Colton, you can't see the basket, so it makes your decision very difficult. But he's in such a good spot.
Oh, no.
Cale's hyzers out and finds the left side OB.
And that's going to put an end to his streak of 7 in a row.
And getting up and down even to save par from there is going to be pretty difficult. Philo with a beautiful backhand turnover.
He is just
wow.
master of his angles right now.
And that was a beautiful shot, but look how close he is to that tree. It kind of is going to make his release point so small.
Yeah, I think it's going to force him into a forehand approach,
Sidearm,
actually.
yeah. James, a little too sharp on that Annie angle. He's going to find the ground quicker than he wanted to and be out of position. He won't be able to see the basket from there. Some deep breaths from Cale as he has a mid in his hand. He is attacking this. Oh, He just wanted it a tiny bit higher. He's going to find himself a little outside the circle to save par.
These approaches are so difficult. The wind is coming off the water, but you have to change the angle in
James
the middle
still
of this
goes
flight.
for it. Yes.
Wow.
Great
shot from James. Yeah. So this hole right here, you can see the wind coming off that pond and that river right there. It's coming left to right for Philo right here. So this forehand theoretically is going to push from left to right as the wind gets underneath it.
But we talked about this one in round one. This is one where you have to land the disc even with the basket or right, or it wants to kind of roll. If you land left of the basket, it wants to roll backwards. Philo does put it safe, but he's going to be on the right side looking at a tester.
Wow, Colton's forehand off the tee was nearly perfect. He's in great position to put some serious pressure on. That looks a little high. And oh, wow.
Wow.
And it was right, and it lands just in front of that OB wall, safe. Wow.
And I'm glad that one was coming
This
in
is
high.
insane.
It just hit the grass and just dug right there. He's going to get a meter in and have an inside the circle look for the birdie 3.
This is a big putt for par. Oh!
Cale! Amazing.
This is some incredible golf. Check out this replay.
Amazing putt from Cale to save par. He may have fallen back from the pace for the win, but he's still fighting for a podium spot. And
This is some of the best disc golf I've ever commentated on.
what an honor. Oh, Colton's actually outside
He's
the
got a
circle.
putt.
Oh,
Okay,
He
and he
lays
just
it
lays
up.
that one up.
okay. At that moment, you got to wonder, does he know what the scores are?
I really don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's a guy who doesn't really check the scores much. He just is kind of playing, doing his game plan, and when you're outside the circle looking at a death putt, it's kind of the smart option to lay it up.
Yeah. And
If he would have known that all he needs is a birdie to put the serious pressure on Paul. Oh, James Conrad.
I have to assume he doesn't know the scores, or he's chewing his gum like that. He's so relaxed visibly, and he lays that one up. Is that good or is that bad, not knowing the scores?
Wow, huge putt from Philo directly at the water, back into the headwind.
Philo's got such a nice, confident stroke from outside the circle. He makes him look short.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure of practicing with Philo quite a bit these past few months, and putting alongside him has...
He says, we ain't done yet, and he's right. We got one more crucial
Sure
hole.
do. And look at Cale from OB left. He gets up and down after that huge putt. This is crazy. So hole 18, a lot can happen on hole 18. Colton is 19 under par, and we must note that Paul actually took a par on hole 17. So through 17 holes, Colton Montgomery and Paul Macbeth are tied at the top. Hole 18 is a par 3 coming in at 468 feet. It's all of 460 feet to carry this OB pond, and it's directly into a headwind, Paige. You gotta wonder, do these players know? Are they gonna go for it? If Cale or James birdie, they get to 18. If Colton or Paul make any kind of mistake, they drop to 18.
Yep.
Anything could happen on this final hole.
But Philo is...
No.
Oh, my goodness. It looked like he was laying that up, but it flipped up for him.
He
and
sure
found the
was.
OB. Did you see the angle that left my hand on? Exactly, Philo. We thought that was a great layup.
And
Just
you can
shows you
hear
how
the wind
the
ripping
wind,
right
yeah.
now. You can see it blowing the water back. This
James
is a
is ripping
direct
it.
headwind shot. Oh, no.
As a past Waco champion, he is not going to settle for anything less than first.
Oh, no. And that turned over so severely that it found the OB right. And you can see just how strong of a headwind that is.
And
I
Colton,
got to think that Colton's laying this one up here.
he told me that in no case, no matter what the scores are, he's going for this hole. He loves this hole.
He is. He's got a PD2.
He loves the way his disc flies.
Serious hyzer. That's going.
Oh
That's
my God.
going. That is circle one.
Inside the circle, the crowd, the
That
small
is
crowd.
huge.
There's not much of a crowd, but you can hear them erupt. You know, it's very exciting.
I just got the chills. Colton Montgomery just landed in circle one on hole 18. And without knowing it, he has put the pressure on Macbeth.
Yes, he has. And Macbeth is absolutely checking UDisc.
You know he
He's
is.
got Jeff Corns there with him and all of his friends. They're telling him, dude, you got to make it happen. Colton's about to shoot 20 under.
Oh, my goodness.
But
that
he
was
still
such a
has
sick shot with that PD2.
Yes, it
That
was.
is insane headwind to even carry that distance with that amount of headwind.
And that's the one he threw in hole 2 that was so overstable. A good, reliable flyer for him, you can tell. One that he can trust for the win of a potential win of a Pro Tour.
James looking to throw that one in.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
almost does it.
James,
Give the man
love
some
your
credit.
effort.
Give the
Oh my
man some
goodness.
credit. He goes to throw that one in and just misses by inches.
Oh my goodness.
And this
And
is
Colton.
Colton for a perfect back. Oh, it's left side, but it's in.
Just barely over the
Colton
rim.
Montgomery shoots a perfect 9 under par.
On the back 9. Barely
Let's
over
run
the
it
rim
back.
Left. Oh,
Oh, it's left the whole way.
what a moment.
Just over the rim.
What a moment. He does not even know it. After the round, we spoke to him. He did not know the scores. His
He
phone
wasn't.
was on
He
airplane
wasn't
mode.
checking them.
His phone was on airplane
Are you
mode.
kidding me?
He said that he started to see Alyssa come over taking photos, and one of the live cameras came over. So he knew something was happening, but he did not know the exact scores. You
Oh,
can
look,
see
they're
him in the
showing him
corner,
scores right now.
checking now.
Oh
He's
my gosh,
looking
what
back
a
to see where
moment.
Paul is. Oh my gosh, what a moment.
And while James is going to be disappointed with that finish, another great Pro Tour finish from James
Yes, it
Conrad,
is.
finishing in 4th place.
And he gave that hole his all. He,
Yeah.
he absolutely went for that. Wow.
And Cale shooting 7 under on the back 9. 6 under with 7 birdies on the back 9 to finish in solo 3rd place. But this is the man of the hour right there. A perfect back 9 at the Beast with 2 pars, Paige.
To shoot 20 under par, put the pressure on Paul, who then goes for hole 18 and goes out of bounds, carding a bogey, and Colton will be our champion.
Yeah, Colton Montgomery is the 2020 Waco Annual Charity Open champion. And I've got the chills. This is an
Yes.
emotional victory.
A 10-13 rated player, the lowest rated player to ever win a Pro Tour. That's inspiring.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely inspiring. He's putting these discs in eagle range and beating the player.
And take a look at that. That is incredible. 13 down would have been a 16 under par last year at the
Wow.
Beast. Same course. This has been just an absolute pleasure to
Thank you,
watch and
Parfait.
commentate and hang out with you guys.
I hope you guys enjoy this footage and have lots of good disc golf content to get you through this little hiatus that we're going on. Thank you, Parsave, so much.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell for alerts.